crime scene where this illegal activity was taking place, and we saw the canister, and were briefed by the forensics on possibly what happened. We even witnessed other activities that were taking place there, which basically means people were doing an illegal business there. And unfortunately, it harmed 16 people. The youngest being 1 o'clock, a 1-year-old. It was just heartbreaking to see that 1-year-old. So we've asked the police to then take over the scene, of which they've done. They've given me an update this morning. And the numbers are revised to 17. There's another person that passed at the hospital, that 4 that are in critical condition, and the other 11 people that are in various wards. We'll be visiting the hospital now after we leave here. The cause is indeed something that only professionals and experts can explicitly explain it, but it's quite clear it's a gas cylinder. I've seen it. And there were others that were still on the scene. Yes. I hope the forensic teams have removed them, because I was very, very worried that they may also explode, because there were quite a couple of them there. So we want, on behalf of government, both national government, provincial government and local government, extend our sincere condolences to the family, to all the families that are affected. It's a tragic event, and we are asking ourselves, it's the second time that we come to this area of Boksburg with something similar to this. So at least we have learned from the previous blast. So our systems, I must be honest, this time were on par, and they responded the way we advised them, and the lessons we have learned from the previous explosion. We just need, it's a difficult area here. We just need to find a way of accounting for everyone and getting the necessary data, just to be sure indeed the numbers that we have are the actual numbers. Because when we were here last night, because that area is surrounded by many informal settlements, so you don't know, there might be other people inside the house that you have inhaled, because we don't have the capacity and the system to. So I've asked the team just to be sure, but I'm glad the feedback that we have not found reports of somebody that is missing or reports of somebody that is passed on. So we are strongly monitoring the situation. We keep our eye. We've asked our experts to remain here, and then we'll meet with the community leaders just to check what are the things that they need us to do.
Sure. Premier, I end up on Newsroom Africa. It's an all too familiar sight. Many people will say it's actually the same script with just a different cast. Yeah. Illegal mining in the country being so pervasive and ultimately costing lives. I mean, the residents who we've spoken to here say it's known that this area has illegal mining activities, but sadly, we only respond when the worst thing has happened, when people die.
You're under siege. I've said it, and I've presented it to those that are leading our law enforcement capabilities. We are using outdated law enforcement mechanism in a new era that need new form of law enforcement. They've painted it. And I know people are saying bring the army. The process of bringing the army in this country, it's a prolonged process. The president must announce, must go to cabinet, opposition parties must comment. The budget must be approved by a certain committee in parliament, and when they come, those army, they escort the police. That are part of the activities. We just have to overhaul our law enforcement response. And this thing of illegal mining is completely out of control. We've said it. So I share your frustration. Actually, I'm frustrated. I'm of the view that we just need a specialized way of training our law enforcement. They try. I mean, yesterday they briefed us how they themselves comes under attack, how the firepower of the illegal miners and the resources that they have, that they feel that is not appropriately coordinated, or the support systems are not at the level that they can confront these things. No one disputes that. And I agree with you. Now that we've got 16 people that have died, we'll say the same thing, but I'm of the and it's not this only. How many people are kidnapped in our province? How many people are killed on highways? How many people are kidnapped in their own houses, robbed, and things? So if as a province and with the support of national government, if we can't confront crime, lawlessness and corruption head on and have the resources that are needed to deal with this thing, I'm not going to. I mean, we have put 4 billion rand as a province just to fight crime. It's not enough. We want to increase it to almost 8 billion. But we can't do that because the laws, the limitations, the thing provinces can do, the thing local government can do, the thing national government can do. But if we don't have a coordinated approach to confront this lawlessness, I mean, it's not this area. You go to Florida, you go to Western. I mean, there are areas even here where roads were completely closed because we couldn't go to other areas. There are no-go areas. So I share your frustration more than you can even express it, because we are dealing with this situation literally every day. And I'm calling for a complete new strategy in confronting this thing. A strategy that is well-resourced and the capabilities of our law enforcement agencies that are at the higher level and the need to respond in a manner that is if you are in a war zone. The figures indicate that we are under siege and we have to respond. We are guided by forensics teams because it's still a crime scene, so they needed to balance the two of ensuring that they gather the evidence, possibly for an inquest that is going to be opened, but also they needed to save lives. So where we are of the view that they've done that. They've tried to ensure that those cylinders that are still there cannot either explode or they cannot harm people further. So we'll get the report, because last night when we left here, or early hours of this morning when we left here, they were still working on those issues. So we'll get that report. In terms of those that are injured, I said 4 are critical. Unfortunately, one passed on last night. That's why the figures now it's 17, and there are almost 11 that are at various levels of injuries, and the team at the hospitals, they've briefed us. They gave me the latest briefing this morning. There are others that are still, they still need immediate medical assistance, but there are others that they think they will be discharged later on today.
Another question to have from News 24. What's your response to allegation that those gas cylinders were stolen from a nearby factory, and how many have you retrieved as the department?
I don't have that information. I think we're just on rescuing lives last night. We are only going to, we can include that aspect immediately, because we're going to be briefed by law enforcement agencies and can check that information.
I'd like to ask, those that passed on, did any of them include some assailants?
I don't have the profile. I don't have the profile whether they are. The scene was heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. I regretted why we have to go through that scene. It was heartbreaking. So it's something that we might need assistance personally, because it wasn't. The bodies were scattered literally everywhere. And I want to thank our team, because they know exactly where each body was. And they know exactly how that particular body arrived where it was. So I thought initially it was just an explosion in one area, but you can see people were running away from the scene, and then they started to fall as they're trying to get areas where they can escape.
You know, the devastation you described, Premier, is still palpable this morning. We've got people, part of our team, who are there. People have lost brothers, husbands, you name it. And there's questions about what happens for them next. I mean, you know, it's hard to believe that they'll be expected to stay here, given what's happened, and given how that gas may still very well still be, you know, lingering somewhere and pose a threat to their lives.
Well, the issue of human settlement in our province, and we don't have to blame people that are coming to our area, in particular to our province. I always say to our people and those that are doing human settlement planning, I don't hate people that wants to come to our area. Actually, I really believe we should appreciate that. It means we're doing something good, we're creating opportunities and other things. We just have to manage the informal settlement. And I'm glad at the state of the city, the mayor outlined what we have outlined as a problem. But the priority of this government that one has the honor to lead is to improve townships, informal settlements and hostels. We've placed that on record. That if you can improve our townships that are deteriorating, you can improve our informal settlements the way they are. These informal settlements are not fit for human consumption. We just have to put resources as government on how best to do it. And the problem that we have is not a solution that must come from the West, and it must come from us. So we need architectures that can say, how do we develop an area when people are still staying there? Do we have those expertise? And we've been hunting for those expertise, because this area, people want to be here and they want to stay here, and we have to develop, and they're still here. There's a problem of water, there's a problem of electricity, there's a problem of sanitation, and the problem of safety. So I share all this frustration, but we've got plans. The teams are working on how best to improve our informal settlements and our hostels.
Cold consolation, though, Premier, for people who, again, this is not new.
Yeah.
This is not something that started yesterday. And in some instances, they feel like they've been trying to raise it for quite some time. It took this devastation for you to be here.
It's a collective responsibility that I duly accept, the one that comes from government. I mean, people are doing an illegal activity here, inside, not in a secluded area, in the middle of where people stay. So I don't think that we should have encouraged that. And that is why I'm saying the law enforcement agencies, the people that are involved there, we should have stopped that. But I don't want to apportion blame. I don't want to hide behind a broomstick as government. We have a share of our responsibility that we should shoulder, and we should confront it head on and confront this community. That's why I'm prepared even to meet with the community leaders. We can't just leave it. But as I said, law enforcement agencies are the only is the only sector that can assist us to ensure that we push back this kind of activities. And we need firepower. I can tell you, we need firepower. And firepower from the air, firepower from technology, satellites. We have to, if people get out of those illegal mines and come to the surface, we need to have technology that can pick them up. And we need to have the firepower from the law enforcement agencies to push back those people. And we need to know where these activities are taking place and go there and close them down. And we can't do that with a naked eye and do that with the kind of resources that we have. This situation has gone beyond the capable or the capacity or the resources that we have to fight this thing. We need a new thinking. And I've said it. We just have to overhaul our law enforcement strategies on dealing with these Zamazamas.
And to be clear, Premier, you're saying government currently is unable to relocate?
I don't think we've got the resources to confront it and the strategies to confront it. They are there, but I mean, if, as you said, it's the same script every time you come. And I mean, you check what people of Diepsloot are saying. The challenges that are having in Diepsloot, and it's not Diepsloot alone. You go to every community. This kind of crime is creating problems. So how are we resourced as government? We are putting 4.5 billion as Gauteng on the table. We are not just, because we know we need technology, and we know we need cars, and we know we need human capability. We know we need all these things. But you can't do that if we are not coordinating our efforts as government. But I don't want to sound as if I'm saying the police are not, they're doing their best. And I'm just worried that we're exposing them because they're confronted with a situation that is well-resourced, well-connected, and it has the firepower that can really create problems for all of us. We just have to capacitate the police to respond with the necessary firepower, if not beyond.
I just like to ask, in terms of those that are in hospital, do any of them include minors? Do you know?
I don't have the ages. I can quickly check from the report that was sent this morning. If you don't mind, I can just check if... Yes. They say in Ward 12 there are 3 children. Their ages, 2 of them are 4 years and 1 is 9. That's what we have. And in Ward 16, we have 1 female and 3 males. All are awake, breathing on their own. In Ward 20, we've got 1 female on oxygen, awake and talking. And there are 5 adults that were later admitted this morning. There's one that is under oxygen, and there's one that, as I said, unfortunately passed on. And those that are with the hospital, the total number is 11. That's the figures that I got this morning.
There are reports that some community members raised concerns to the police about a foul smell, but they didn't act upon those reports.
Well, for now, I'm going to meet with the police now. We'll deposit that concern as well and check indeed if this was reported. But when I came here last night, the smell was hanging on, was still up in the sky. So we just need to find a way that we can verify those allegations.
So the area has been declared safe for now, because I mean there's a lot of community members out and about. Are you satisfied that the area is safe and there will be no further flare-up or whatever the case might be? That's why I asked the question about the gas cylinders that are still there.
Was it from a taxi? Taxi. So by
Anyone who's leadership, I'm not organized to the free.
Atin.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Okay, buddy.
So very clear more if na le se le tsebang if na le se le tsebang gore se ka thusha ba mmusho go tseba gore ntwe e diragetse mo e diragetse jwang le thego le nyaka le ska tshaba o e hlalosetsa ba wa le etelang pele gore ba re sebela so that re tsebo re berekisana jwang ra rarabolla bothata be ke le mo maabane bošego se se diragetseng mo se push-up show and ke a tseba lena ka le dula mo every day ke lena le tsebang the pain more than we know so we are just here to assure you that we want to listen to our issues and attend to those issues. But please accept our condolences. This is sad and this is bad. And I'll report it formally to the leadership of government so that we will know about Tusha Joan. Are we together?
Yes.
No. Thank you so much.
Political
Good. Maybe much or less.
Yes, that's what
I'm thinking 100%. Not police. 100%.
when I want to because councillor and he's not coming to the ground and be visible to the community always. Council. 33, 35. 21. But what 21 is where that thing is derailing. So abamutsebi mutho arimutsebi yeah, you see the problem in ya hore little hona le disaster is where the problem is. So while asabi gona when the community cries
Mapolisa. Oh, what's another 50 rand? Okay. No ke le kwela matata le ona ke leadership le maphodisa le le nyaka mashole be ona tla yeah no nyabo mzweli bat benkosi no tayitshela matsoli athi no ngiphatha lebo ngani nabana besho nyabonga kuphi national Tambo Memorial, ne? This better is Tambo Memorial, ne? Yes. Yeah. Okay. I see you again.
It's slaan die karre, dis klaar weg.
Duncan, kwamba gasi. Wewe mnataka mabwana wapi?
Fine, thanks, and how are you? Yes. Yes, maybe the people who are staying here, they are not staying here. This is really bad. I can tell this is really bad. Which language must I use? English. Okay, a little bit. Hurry and make our friend. Hurry. Ah la la. Oh, but look at TV.
Can I get your name, please?
My name is Johannes.
Can you give me your name, please?
It's Johannes.
Johannes.
Yes.
J-O-N.
It's Johhannes.
John.
Johannes. Majola. Yes.
M-A-J-O-L-A.
Yes.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. Okay, Jan, tell me, you can stay there.
Okay.
Tell me, how do you feel about what happened here last night?
Actually, this is very, very bad. The thing that had happened, the loss of the lives of the people. Really, this is bad.
How do you think the community is going to respond to people living in the area? Because a lot of people died last night.
For now, they are traumatized. Okay, they are traumatized for now. So we don't know actually how are they going to react immediately after this. We don't know. But everybody is there looking and watching what is going to, what is happening that side.
And how do you feel just against how do you feel about it?
You know, I don't think at the same time we really need the help from the cops. If the cops did arrive, you know, or coming to this side in order to assist every time and then, when these people that are staying here looking for their help, because the people that open up that gas are not even staying here. Understand what I mean? So that's a serious problem.
So the people that open up the gas, who are they? Can you explain who are they and who do you think they are?
I don't even have a clue. Because we are unable to can enter that place for now, but the cops are there. Even the leaders of this area, they're also that side. Thank you.